Hey, girl. Hi. Hello.
Hello. Is it me you're looking for?
I was
'Cause I
going for
wonder
Adele,
where
but
you
that'll work.
are, and I wonder what you do.
So I
Yeah.
heard, I heard the most interesting thing today. Okay, it's really not, but I heard it.
Okay. Is it about Latoya Jackson? For some reason, she
No,
came to mind. I don't know why.
well, kind of. It's about RuPaul.
Oh, close enough.
Do you know that he's going to be hosting a game show?
Oh yeah, they're bringing back this one from the '90s, I think it
The
was, or something like that.
80s, Chuck Woolery's Lingo.
Yeah, there was
Yeah.
like of all of the ones to bring back.
Well, that's because it's exactly like Wordle.
But I mean, I get it. I knew as soon as they said it, I was like, oh, it's because of Wordle. But I also thought to myself, can he just take over for Alec Baldwin as the match game host?
No, no, because they don't let the stars drink enough for that. Like, right, like in the new match game, they aren't that drunk. There's one or two that get drunk.
Yeah, they're
But
not.
the rest
It's
of them
not
don't.
the same.
No, it's not.
I mean,
the
they're all
same.
very sober. What's the point?
Yes, I agree because you know
Nobody kisses contestants full on the mouth. Like, I dare any person at this point. I don't care. I don't care how conservative or whatever. I dare any person to go back now and watch some of the etiquette of late '70s game shows.
Oh my God, that one with that poor woman that he just makes fun of her so bad.
Just there's so many things wrong.
Bad.
Like so many things wrong with back then.
And
Like,
it's so good, right?
oh yeah, no,
Like,
it's perfect. It's literally perfect. Like I'm, you know me. You should put me down in front of a match game marathon. I'm there all day.
It's because you are Brett.
I am. I always thought I was more of a Charles, but I have turned into more of a Brett.
And which one am I? Does that make me
Fanny
Richard?
Fanny flag. You should have known the answer to that question before it came
Wait,
out
who
of
did
your
you
mouth.
say?
Fanny Flag.
Oh, I forgot about Fanny Flag.
You're literally Fanny Flag. You're literally.
Well, thank you for not making me Patty Duke.
No. No. I mean, think about it. You think about all of Fanny Flag's little like quips.
Yeah,
That's
true,
you.
true. And from laughing, I'm Ruth Buzzy to your Goldie Hawn.
Oh, I really, as much as I love being Goldie Hawn, you know, I'd much rather be Joanne Worley. I want to be her. So give me time. Give me a little bit more time.
Well,
more
one
booze.
is an Academy Award winner.
I know, but one is Joanne Worley.
Did you ever watch Cactus Flower?
I liked it.
Okay, dear listeners, we are going on a journey right now. Welcome.
A journey through time and space with two homosexual men.
We're recording this on a weekday, which is something you baking sugar kids don't often get.
That's
so
right.
We're a little punchy.
They always get us when we're at our most lucid.
Dear listeners, it's a ride. It's a ride.
Yes, because Mims and I, Mims.
Hi, I'm Miss Mims.
That's how tired we are, right? Mims and I, we work day jobs. So
we do.
We're both tired, but
and we're
both
also important at our jobs.
Yeah.
Important enough, at least.
Yeah. So, but we love you all so much. And we had some unforeseen circumstances over the weekend, and we wanted to make sure that we got you in for a nice little baking sugar. So here we are.
We did. Yeah. So did you see that Trixie and Katya are coming out with 2 new palettes?
Yes.
I am getting the Team Katya palette because
well, of course you are.
Yeah. Well, also those are the colors I use if and when I ever paint my face.
I thought that was kind of appropriate, actually. I was like, oh, yeah, there you go. Makes sense.
Are you getting either palette? No, that's too expensive for you. It's over $2.
I hate you right now. I have nicer palettes, too.
And were they gifted or did you buy them?
No, I bought myself a few nice palettes.
Okay.
I have.
Okay.
I got the.
Were they on sale at Marshall's?
No. Like I got the Simpsons Treehouse of Horror palette.
Okay.
And I got the Disney palette from Morphe.
Okay.
So they're not all cheap eyeshadow palettes.
Okay.
Judgy, so judgy.
Dear listeners,
So
whenever I do my
judgy.
face, I usually use Wet n Wild, Maybelline's, and then like an expensive palette. That's what I usually use.
Like, I mean, gosh, I haven't used Wet n Wild in a very long time.
Girl, what are you there? That spray primer they've got, I swear by it.
I like some of their products still, but for me, especially I have to be really conscious on the lipstick part of things, right? Because of like hosting and stuff. And I'm like drinking constantly, so the lipstick just falls off if I don't get the nice kind. So I like the Maybelline Color Stay, I think it's called, or Revlon Color Stay.
Yes.
Yeah. I love those. So that's the little endorsement, but we're not being paid for it.
No, we are not. But if any of these places want to send us some free samples, we will not say no. Especially Makeup Revolution, girl. If Makeup Revolution ever wants to send me anything.
Oh, Makeup Revolution, we love you so much.
Yeah. Oh.
I love them so much. They make me look so good.
I need a sip of water.
I'm having hot tea.
So what is the tea? What's new with ya?
Well, my second stand-up show is going to start in a couple of weeks, so that's fun. I just got down the first lineup of comics, so that'll be cool. And then I realized I have to do this every week. So I have to start planning out ahead of time.
Oh, girl, you need to start doing a month ahead.
No, I am. Okay. I got a spreadsheet started.
Ooh, no, not a spreadsheet,
yes, girl. PowerPoint up in there.
Ooh, executive.
I know PowerPoint's not a spreadsheet, but I just wanted to say PowerPoint. I just really wanted to.
Just PowerPoint, girl. Access. PowerPoint. Everybody's got access.
I'm gonna throw out all of the terms. PowerPoint.
Word.
And, QuickBooks Pro.
Girl, QuickBooks Pro. Oh my God.
I hate that I know what that is, and I hate that I know it so well at this point in my life because of because of the people that I work with.
Oh, did you ever learn Lotus 1, 2, 3? That was the spreadsheet when I was growing up.
I remember Lotus.
And you were growing up at the same time as me. There
you know what though? I think in that 4 months, the 4 months between the two of us, I think that they skipped my age group and they went directly to the ones that were April 1980. I missed the Lotus completely.
So, girl, I had a shocking revelation this week.
Oh Lord!
Are you ready for this?
No.
Lance Bass is 42. I thought with his face as stretched as it was, he was in his 50s.
No, girl, he's the same age as us.
I know, but why do he have
because he started getting that stuff done in his early 30s.
Because, as a lady of a certain size as I am, my jowls aren't that low right now. I still got a good 10 years out of this.
You got some, your skin has got some nice dexterity, honestly.
It does some dexterity. Speaking of dexterity, did you know we had a Patreon?
What?
Dear listeners, if you want to throw us some money to hopefully get rid of these ads someday, go to our Patreon. It's patreon.com/MimsMaim. We accept all of your sweet, kind donations.
All of it.
And if we reach a certain goal that I hope I've set up correctly, we'll get rid of the ads.
I hope you set it up correctly, because otherwise it's not going to go well.
Well, I've also thought about, dear listeners, I can turn on ads for quote-unquote illegal items. I have no idea what that means, but I've been thinking about doing it.
Is it like marijuana cigarettes?
I think it's marijuana cigarettes. I hope it's not the crack cocaine.
Okay. Oh, Lord. Ooh, I would love this. Hey, kid.
Why I gotta be directing kids?
Because it's crack. Hey, kid. How much money do you got? Oh, well, mister, I only got like $5. Perfect. Would you like to try something new? What? I don't know. I don't really know you. How about this cool thing we call crack? Oh, no, I heard about that. It's not very good for you.
Dear listeners, this is just going to go on for a few more minutes. Keep on going, Maim.
The crack is... People might say the crack is whack, but we're here to tell you that the crack will attack your senses. Okay, I'll try it.
Dear listeners, I apologize for all of that. I wanted her to get that out of her system.
Buy some crack.
Please don't buy crack, listeners. This is not an endorsement.
Most of our listeners don't even know how to access crack. I mean, I could go buy crack if I wanted to. I mean, I know where to go in Miami, probably.
You just start going out in the street and saying, I need some crack.
I can't do that. Have you? You haven't been to my neighborhood yet, so you don't know. This street is not like that. The cracks that are on my street, that's for rheumatoid arthritis. That ain't like the real crack. That's old people.
So back in the 80s when my aunt was in Atlanta, Georgia.
Not Atlanta.
Atlanta. She was there for a nurses conference, as they did. And she was walking down the street with a couple of nurses. And you know how people back in the days, I don't know if they still do it. I'm in New York City. I've never seen these people. But they have the trench coats. They open them up. They had the jewelry inside.
Yes.
Well, she thought she heard one that said gold chains.
Oh, man.
And so she went over there because, she's traveled a little bit. So she was going to look at these gold chains. And then she got closer and he said cocaine. And she was like, no, not cocaine. I want gold chains. And she turned and walked away.
Oh, I mean, it would have been cool if it was a package deal, right? Cocaine and gold chains. That would have been
called the Mr. T.
I pity the crack pipe.
Also, dear listeners, we have 2 other podcasts. 1, 2,
yes.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Yes.
We have this one's Baking Sugar. Get
Lord
that one out of
Jesus.
your mind.
Right.
We have Where's Dorothy, which is our Golden Palace podcast, which if you haven't watched Golden Palace, And then there's also You Slay Me, which is our Murder, She Wrote podcast. You can find both of those, but just by searching for Mims and Maim in your podcast thing. What server? Kmart?
Just say podcast provider.
Podcast provider. Like Peebles.
Like, Peebles.
Peebles. Remember when into the Spain hours?
Yes.
Dear listeners, we had the weirdest mall. We had this one store that had like stairs in it, but like 3 stairs.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like, I wish that store was still open. I'd go in there because it was so wacky set up.
I feel like you'd go in there and do a photo shoot now.
I mean, do you know the owners of the mall? I will do that.
No, honey, have you forgotten the color of my skin? I don't know those people. That's like rich white people.
Dear listeners, if any of you know the owners of Signal Hill Mall in Statesville, North Carolina, please tweet at us and see if they can get us into the old Spain Hours building.
I mean, I'm sure we have some friends.
Girl, did you hear about the man who broke in to the Belk in Signal Hill and escaped through the ceiling?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, this was like 2 or 3 years ago.
I mean, they wouldn't just let him out the front door. I mean, usually if I ask to let me go out, I'm like, okay, I've seen enough. I got to go. They usually just open the door up. But,
and this is season 2, episode 15. Oh, brother.
I'm Julia Sugarbakers. I'm Julia Sugarbakers. I'm Julia Sugarbakers. I'm Julia Sugarbakers. And that, Marjorie, just so you will know, and your children will someday know, is the night the lights went out in Georgia. The lights went out, the lights went out, the lights went out, the lights went out. And that is the night the lights went out in Georgia.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Well, now you do.
Oh, man.
Dear listeners, that was not poor editing. That was just me ready to get the hell into this episode.
Yeah, because this episode's a lot of things.
Oh, God. So we're at Sugarbaker's. Let me get my creepy light here. Ooh, I can read if I do this.
Yeah.
We're at Sugarbaker's. And Suzanne says, is Clayton's coming into town.
Clayton, brother Clayton.
And well, did you know they had a brother?
No, he'd never been mentioned until now.
No. Had not been mentioned. And like Suzanne's like, well, can we just tell him that he was with the Peace Corps, or any of these other items, the circus, this, right? And Julia does not agree with any of that.
No. She likes being truthful, kind of.
Yeah, kind of. And we find out that they last saw Clayton, first 7 years ago in New Orleans, then 3 years ago in Chicago. And he has a breakdown after every visit.
Which, I mean, I would too, probably.
So then my next note is Julia's hair. Girl, we need to talk about this. I don't know what happened to the styling department, but something was going on. It was not conditioned right. It was not blown out right.
It
did
really
not
odd.
look good at all.
It looked like she did it herself.
Yes, it did actually. It really did. It looked like Dixie Carter just like blew it out, combed it, and was done.
They're like, Dixie, Agnes isn't gonna be here today, so you're gonna have to do it yourself.
Which is odd because it was a really good hair time for Mary Jo. I don't know if you noticed that through this. She had really good hair.
I think she was doing like extra conditioning probably.
Well, she also blew it out. Like she had it all blown out straight.
Yeah. Well, you got to condition it to do that. So there you go.
Maim, if you did not know, white people could take curly hair and straighten it. Did you know that we could do this? Yes.
I was not aware of that.
Next time that I see you, I'll let you touch my hair. It's all polyester, so you won't like it.
Mine's a poly cotton blend.
Oh, God. Girl, I used to have a coworker. She no longer works at our company. She had dreadlocks.
Okay.
And like, speaking of people touching her hair, she like, people would come up and say, "Oh, how's your hair?" and then touch it. Like, and I know that's a thing. But like, it shouldn't be a thing.
I mean, I remember when people used to do that to me in school, remember?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, it's just, oh my God, your hair. And that was not just white folks either. That was a lot of people that were not.
Yours, you had, and I quote, the good hair.
That was not people, but a lot of different people not taking into my bodily autonomy as a young person.
I mean, do they take that into account now?
Oh, people just stay away now.
That's dear listeners, that is the appropriate thing to do.
Just stay away.
So Julia says, Suzanne, you come on too strong.
This is my favorite line.
And Suzanne's like, well, I just try to make him have fun. Julia always tried to make him talk, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And we find out in this conversation that Clayton is an alcoholic.
Yes. In addition to everything else.
Yeah. And Suzanne's like, Julia, basically to take her conversation down and make it smaller, just relax. Like, he's our brother. Just relax. And Mary Jo's like, Suzanne, you're is everything okay? You're very articulate and lucid right now.
Yes.
She has her moments.
And it's true. She does occasionally have it on the show. She does.
It's true. Like, anytime she was with Anthony, I feel like she was completely lucid and with it.
I mean, those two, they would have really lovely conversations together.
So, Julia, basically, we find out Julia doesn't want Clayton to stay with her because of a bourbon ball incident.
Yes.
Which Suzanne's like, he found one bourbon ball on the grand piano that I did not even know was there, and you're still blaming me for it.
Yep.
Lord. Speaking of bourbon balls, I have a recipe for you. It is a redneck recipe. Are you ready for this?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Do you know how to make a Buckeye?
I've heard of them. I don't know how to make them.
Okay, you melt some chocolate, like some cheap milk chocolate.
Okay.
Let's do Hershey's. Okay. Melt a couple Hershey's bars.
Oh, Hershey's is deep chocolate.
Girl, that other shit ain't gonna melt. Take some Peter Pan peanut butter.
Okay.
Ball it up.
And
then you dunk in the chocolate. Okay.
That's all.
And that's a Buckeye basically.
Oh.
For the rum ball portion of this, you then take those, you throw them in some rum, like in a Ziploc bag of rum. You put them in the freezer for a week. When I tell you that you will get real drunk off like 2 of them.
And I am telling you.
I'm not going because I can't drive. I had too many bourbon balls. Or rum balls, whatever.
It's the same thing.
Oh, so.
I'm so happy. You never take my setup for that. I'm so happy.
Because usually they're bad.
All I ever say is, and I am telling you, you're supposed to take it from there.
Well, all I want to do is zoom, and a
and boom, boom, boom. Just shake your rum balls.
I may do that later on tonight.
Actually, I want to do that now, too.
What, make them or shake them?
Yeah, make them and then shake them. Wait, what?
I don't
you didn't say shake them. You just said put them in a bag.
Yeah, you make them and you put them in a bag.
I'm getting the references crossed up right now.
All right, dear listeners, Clayton comes in.
Yeah, yay.
Played by Southern legend Louis Grizzard.
Yep.
Dear listeners, if you don't know Louis Grizzard, he died at like the age of 50 after his 4th heart attack when he had a stroke during it, and blood went to his brain. He was kind of an alcoholic. He was a commentator on basically all things Southern. He has several books. He wrote for I believe it's the Atlanta something. Whatever the Atlanta newspaper is. I do apologize, dear listeners. I don't remember what the Atlanta newspaper is. He was a columnist for them for a long time.
Oh, the Atlanta Journal-Constitution.
Journal-Constitution. Thank you. I
have no idea how I remember that.
The Atlanta. Well, you were a major of something.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Drums, probably.
That too. I like Goldschlager back then.
What does that have to do with drums?
Oh, you said drums. I thought you said rum. Dear listeners, we're tired. Mims is spiraling right now. She's spiraling.
You're making me spiral! So the most important thing we find out in this episode is that he calls Suzanne Suze.
Yes. Not really the appropriate nickname for that name, but you know.
No. No.
So from this point on, it basically just becomes a Louis Grizzard show.
It really does. It kind of does. So Clayton was an hour late, and we find out that he calls the nut house, as Julia refers to it, the Macadamia Ranch.
Which I thought that was cute, but also I thought, why not pecans, since we're all Southern, you know? That would have been more...
Macadamia is the funnier word.
Is that?
Yes. Far. Then pecan, yeah. Yes, girl, yes.
Okay.
Learn your skit writing.
Wow. I don't do skits.
We can tell. Was that a read? Did you feel that burn?
No, I loved it. You should bring it to my. You should bring it to my stand-up show that I host.
Girl, I can't do stand-up.
I mean, technically, you could do an entire act.
I can do that.
Oh, Lord. Sorry, I got choked there. That was a lot you just said.
All right, so Anthony said Mr. Donnelly was the reason why they were late. We found out that Mr. Is it Denelli? Denelli. That's what it is. I spelled it correctly, but it's Denelly. It's kind of, yeah. Anyway, he's afraid of movie stars.
Yes.
And for a little bit, he thought that Anthony was Sidney Poitier.
Because everyone makes that mistake.
And the best joke of the entire thing is that Anthony wouldn't have said, "They call me Mr. Tibbs,"
if he had known you'd have that reaction.
Dear listeners, I'm giggled.
Not giggled.
Yes, sir.
I mean,
ma'am.
They look
whatever.
They look nothing alike. So.
Who?
The Anthony and Sidney Poitier.
I thought you were going to say Louis Grizzard and Julia and Suzanne.
No, we're talking about the other part. We're talking about he doesn't look any. I mean, whatever. I guess they all look the same to certain people.
Well, we also found out that Clayton ate shrimp cocktail from a bus station. Yes. Did you even know this was an option?
I can't recall the last time I've been to a bus station, so.
I mean, I've been to like Grand Central Station and like Penn Station, which I guess are technically bus stations too.
Like the only time I've ever taken a bus, it was usually like a chartered bus for like church trips.
Wow, she's bougie.
That's not bougie.
You've never taken a bus in a city?
Mm-mm.
Really?
Oh, wait, no, I take that back. We did take the bus one time when we needed to get somewhere and the subway ride was going to take too long when we went to go visit my aunt in Brooklyn. So I remember we did take the bus once, but normally we took the subway.
Once?
Why are you surprised?
It's so weird to me. Like anytime I go to a big city, I usually take the bus everywhere.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
I don't
like Philly. How do you get around Philly?
I've never been to Philly.
You've never been to Philly?
No.
Where have you been?
I don't know other cities besides that one. I don't know, DC and
yeah,
Atlanta.
You use the bus to get to like.
I use the subway in DC too.
No, but what about if you're going to the Georgetown? You have to use the bus. There's no subway.
I don't remember how we got there. I don't know.
Okay.
Normally if I was in Georgetown, normally if I went to DC, I only had two choices. Either I was on the subway or I was riding around with my cousin. So.
Mm-hmm. I don't know why. Mm-hmm. It just felt like the right thing to do.
Like, you just felt like that was appropriate because you're being shady, but you weren't even sure what you weren't even sure what you were being shady about.
Girl, we're only recording this podcast today. We ain't recording another one. I don't know if you know that yet, but I can't handle it.
Well, I know it now. I know it now.
We'll see.
You're already punch drunk.
I really am. So we find out that Clayton is very self-aware of what Suze and Julia like to do. Mm-hmm. That Suze just likes to hide him and lie about him. And then he talks about, does Suzanne still keep men in jars and take their wings away and like squash them all down in the bottom of them?
I enjoyed that particular story. I have to say that was like the way he described it, and then talking about going in and peeking in on them.
And then Suzanne says something very odd. Well, you can stay with me and rub my feet
and shoulders and neck.
Shoulders, because in the past when they were kids, they used to like tickle her. But how does that equate to rubbing feet, back, and shoulders and all that?
I think it just means to Suzanne, like, that if you wanted to tickle me then, okay, great. You can just massage me now.
So we find out something else, that Julia has butted her nose in and wants to help Clayton get a job.
Thanks, Julia. And
Suzanne's like, no, he doesn't need a job. He just needs to relax. Suzanne's right in this moment.
He literally just got back from an insane asylum.
Yes.
Like, just got back.
Yes. So Julia and Suzanne argue for a bit. And, like, Mary Jo's like, I'm sorry you have to deal with this since you're back. So now it's 3 days later.
I'm not sure the audience understood what just happened there.
Oh, we moved 3 days in the future.
Okay, because for me it sounded like
if you'll go 3 days back, it's like this. Oh God, I'll make that noise ever again.
This has been your episode of Baking Sugar. with your hosts, Mims and Maim. Tune in next week. As
if we weren't canceled, like we could be canceled.
That was
we're just too much for prime time. Too much for prime time. Oh God, where are we at here?
Put those bitches on at 10 o'clock.
So Clayton tells a story about Bubba and Earl.
Mm-hmm.
And like there's Philip and sex, and there's numbers, and like the wife got it right a couple of times for jokes.
That's a lot of this episode, dear listeners. A lot of this episode.
Like Louis Grizzard was known for his little quips and his jokes.
No, I mean that's the thing, right? He's like the Southern Garrison Keillor, before Garrison Keillor got in trouble.
I wonder if Louis Grizzard would have had he lived longer.
I personally think that had that guy lived longer, he would have had that same sort of like trajectory. Like, I really do think that. Because, I mean, I think about, like, his contemporaries, like Dave Barry, right? Like, he still has a newspaper column.
It's
still to this day. So, yeah, I do think that probably he probably would have had a very prestigious...
Do you remember the TV show Dave's World?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Harry Anderson? You know how I feel about Harry Anderson.
Oh, you do love Harry Anderson.
Like, literally, like, I love that man. And, like, everything he did, I was like, I'll watch it.
So now we're at the next day. We've skipped ahead another day. Woo! As opposed to oh no, I moved 5 days in advance. Let me slow down.
Don't go backwards.
I'm not going to. We'll just move forward from now on, because that noise.
Just move forward very slow. Just move forward very slow.
Clayton got a job at a music store.
Yep.
And Suzanne's like, he'd be happier being an attorney.
Oh, that was a nice little exchange.
Yeah. Mary Jo's like, well, what about stand-up comedian? He really wants to be a stand-up comedian. And like, Mary Jo and Charlene are like, did he tell you about Bubba and Earl? No. Anthony comes in. He really should go for it. It's his lifetime dream. Did he tell you about that? No.
Yeah, he performed at the hospital, and they said he won the talent show. Didn't he tell you all that?
No. He apparently used to like practice in the basement a lot.
Yes.
And Julia was like, well, we thought he was just digging. What does that mean?
Oh, to the Suez Canal. That's another crazy person reference. Have you ever seen the movie Arsenic and Old Lace?
No.
So the movie Arsenic and Old Lace, short story, one of the main characters thinks that he's Teddy Roosevelt, and he's digging, not the Suez, he's digging the Panama Canal in the basement. Gotcha. So that was like a very deep cut joke about that.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Didn't you put on Arsenic and Old Lace in high school?
Oh, like the play?
Yeah.
Didn't we? I don't remember. Probably.
I think you did.
No, it wasn't ours. We did some play about a detective, because that was the opera singers played the detective and I was the villain.
Was it because you were black?
No, it's just because the opera singer got the lead of everything, so I always had to take whatever came after. So I just made it worth my time and stole the show.
I will say, girl, that you were great at being Jack.
Thank you.
Because there are big, tall, terrible giants in the sky.
Don't make me go get drunk and start singing.
Dear listeners, there's a story about Maim. Where she was very upset at her boyfriend at the time. And she just started cleaning and got drunk and was like on all fours in the bathroom singing their big, tall, terrible giants in the sky.
Yeah. Yeah. What a crazy time that was.
Yeah, it was. It's still crazy time, isn't it?
Still crazy. It's still crazy after all these years.
Well, Clayton got fired.
Yes, I can't. What? How could he get fired so fast?
So he kept playing Louie Louie on the piano. or on the
No, it was piano.
It was piano. Okay.
Yeah.
And then like he somebody bought a saxophone, so he started singing again. And the boss lady was being a jackass about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So he was fired, and he's like, I don't want to do any more work. I'm gonna leave.
Which
like,
every millennial has said that about 1,000 times. and Gen Zer and Gen Xer.
Yep. Except the Gen Xers didn't leave. The millennials went a little ways.
Yeah.
And who knows what the Zers are doing?
They're gonna destroy it all.
Oh, probably. Or fix it all. Let's hope fix it.
Let's hope fix it, but I don't think so.
Unlike, get off my lawn. Well, they aren't having sex, or at least premarital sex.
That's true.
Yeah.
They're building bombs.
They aren't building bombs either.
Man, what are they doing?
TikTok mostly.
Oh, I still don't get that.
So, girl,
format.
I was watching. So, I don't have a TikTok, but I do have Facebook, which shows the TikToks.
Mm-hmm.
So, I call it TikTok Facebook. Anyway, I was watching my TikTok Facebook, and when the dancers came on, it was an old man and about a 15, 16-year-old son.
Okay.
And in the background, there was a picture of Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a certain Jesus. And I was like, my God, I bet you they're Mormon. So I went to that kid's website, like his Instagram profile. And it said church. So I clicked on it. And it was a tour of all of the Mormon cathedrals he's gone to.
Oh, how lovely. I'm
these big, white, gaudy buildings.
I'm proud of him.
And then at the very end, it was like, could there be one coming next to you or to you? And then you go to the next one. It's a list of all the places getting ready to get a cathedral.
I'd be like, don't threaten me. Don't you threaten me with the don't you dare threaten me.
Oh, God, they are. Have you ever seen one?
Oh, yeah. Okay. We have a couple down here.
So in D.C., as you're going from Maryland to D.C., I think it's 495. It's one of them.
Okay.
The Mormon, the like big cathedral is on the right. And it's huge. It's huge. Years ago, before you got to it, somebody bought a billboard that said, "Welcome to Oz." So you had that with the huge Mormon thing behind it. And girl, it looks like Oz. It's just white instead of green.
I kind of love that, though, personally. That sounds kind of amazing.
It was.
That sounds really nice, actually. I want to go to Oz. They won't let me in, though. They won't let me in.
So Mary Jo, Charlene, and Anthony show up. The problem is I've been using C for both Clayton and Charlene, so I have to figure out which one it is.
Got you. You should use the second letter so you have that straight.
I do a lot of the time. Like, I'll write Sue or, like, I'll write Rose's name all the way out for Golden Palace.
Okay.
I don't know why. It's because it's Betty White, yo.
Betty White gets that mad respect.
So Clayton's eating a shrimp cocktail again out of the thing. I can't even.
Well, that just sounds... That sounds awful.
It is. We find out he's going to Anaheim to work on Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yes.
At Disneyland, not Disney World. Why didn't he just go Disney World? Whatever.
Shh, because his friend's in Anaheim.
That's right. His friend from Nam is in Anaheim. Yeah. So go over here. Work at Disneyland. Oh, he's also going to work on his routine.
Yes.
And we find out that Julia and Suzanne feel really bad because
they're looking for him.
Yes, because they don't know anything about this. We find out that Clayton is actually their half brother. Mm-hmm. So what happened was Daddy divorced. Daddy had Julia with Perky, divorced Perky, had Clayton with Dee Dee, who was a Rockette. Now she's a dead Rockette. And then
that joke
remarried Perky and had Suzanne.
Yes. Which I'm wondering if that's ever actually occurred in life, that sort of thing before. I mean, I'm sure it has.
I'm sure it has.
But that, when he said, I was like, what an unusual arrangement. I wonder if there's records of something like that happening.
Well, Mary Jo's like, you can feel sorry for yourself, or you can go tell your sisters off. And I'm sorry for being blunt, but I'm paying a babysitter by the hour to be here.
It was amazing. I was like, yes. We finally get a Julia moment from someone else.
Why'd she have to pay babysitters? Her daughter's... Claudia's old enough to watch.
You remember back then, we had to pretend like people weren't latchkey kids because the police didn't want them to be.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
We were like 8 years old sitting. It's like, if anybody comes to the door, don't answer. Like, okay, I'll watch TV.
And TV you watched.
Oh, the 80s.
Oh, the 80s. So now we're at Suzanne's.
Mm-hmm.
Clayton is just, I want to do what I want. And before I was afraid of failing. But now I failed so much that I don't care anymore. I want to do what I want.
I like that. That was a really cool speech, I thought.
Yeah, I agree. And he's like, I can either practice here or I can practice in California. And then
I like when Suzanne's like, well, I'd like you to stay here so I can monitor your content.
Yep. So Clayton's like, I never fit in with the family. And Julie and Suzanne are like, we always defended you, but we understand you never fit in. And we just want you to, grow and be yourself because it's your time. Then they have an I love you moment.
It was really nice.
It really was.
When he says you're all I got, I was like, that's actually quite a tender thing that's happened here.
So then we go to stand up and we hear the quintessential like Louis Grizzard thing. Like this is the joke that made him, the difference between naked and naked.
Yep.
Which is naked you're without clothes, naked you're without clothes but you're up to something.
Yep.
Ha 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 ha.
Oh, give the audience what they want. Give them what they want.
What?
The audience wanted that. They wanted.
I thought they wanted my laughter.
Oh no, they don't want that.
Oh, they don't like me laughing.
I mean, to a point.
Okay. Do
like your laugh completely ruined the fact that was the end of the episode just now, because like it wasn't like the kind of laugh that normally ends the episode.
There we go, because you talked over the first one.
Yeah, I know. I even sat here and said, he's going to sing that damn song all over again.
You right. Oh, God. Well, Maim.
Yes.
Did you find yourself a Miss Georgia World?
Yes, Suzanne Sugarbaker's yellow dress at the end, I was obsessed.
Maim, would it surprise you to think that I chose the same thing?
No, we almost always choose the same dresses.
I think we actually, this was in another episode, but it wasn't lit as well. But there's also that red dress in the beginning that's the same exact thing, but red.
Yes.
Oh yeah, both
that one
great.
Too looked good.
Yeah, it was a good Suzanne episode.
This was a good clothing episode for her. Oof.
It was. It really, really was.
Maybe that's where the hair budget went. They went to Suzanne's wardrobe.
Could be. Did you like this episode, Maim?
I do like the episode. However, being a Southern kid, we've both had our fill of Louis Grizzard.
Yeah, we did.
So, like, for me, it's like I liked it and appreciated it. And if I wasn't like where we're from, I'd probably have an even more love for, like, the jokes themselves would be funnier to me. But because like they're very typical Southern kinds of jokes, it's like, oh yeah. But I mean, it was a nice episode. I'm actually really happy that that they kind of shed a little bit of light and kind of humanized Perky a little bit, because when he said that thing about Perky and their dad not really loving him, I was kind of like, but Perky's a saint. I was like, oh wait, don't give backstory that changes Perky's narrative. What are you doing? So yeah,
I agree. I really enjoyed it. My husband didn't know who Louis Grizzard was.
Wow.
Yeah, like he's from Wisconsin.
That's true.
So he never heard of him. He heard of the naked thing, but nothing else.
Yeah. I mean, we like, you remember we used to see his books like in the grocery store and Woolworths and all everywhere.
Yes. And like it was okay. I thought it lacked a little bit in plot. It was just sort of, hey, we got Louis Grizzard. Come on.
There was no plot. There was literally, their only plot was, let's do what we have to get Louis Grizzard to do a lot of his jokes.
Yeah.
Oh, stand-up comedy.
Yeah. And I mean, that he didn't live for too many more years after this. Like, this is toward the end of his life. So it could be that he just wanted to be there as one last hurrah.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely is it's a wonderful time capsule.
Yeah.
For that time, because I mean, if you think about him, it's like him combined with like the Nashville Network and a lot of that stuff at that time. It was sort of like a country renaissance for like Southern stuff.
TNN. Oh, girl.
You know, it was kind of like a little bit of a Southern renaissance. Where like the whole country was actually like getting into Southern culture and humor and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, it was nice.
I mean, Reba, Garth.
Old school. My friend saw Reba last night in concert in Atlantic City.
How was it?
He said she was phenomenal.
Speaking of Reba, we have to talk about Bosco painting his lips to look exactly her lips to look exactly like
or lack thereof.
Yeah, a lack of a top lip. Yep.
Yeah, it was amazing. Because even I was obviously my husband is not the same sort of fan that we are. No. So he wasn't picking up on it, but I was literally like, oh no, she did not. Like, it was eerie actually how well done it was.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, three trans contestants on this season of Drag Race.
I know.
Did any one of the three surprise you?
Well, 4.
Who's the fourth?
Who are your 3 you're naming?
Oh, 3 came out. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Carrie Colby was already trans.
Okay,
I mean, they're all already trans, but
I know what you're saying now. Okay, because I was like, wait a minute, girl. Like,
3 they're male presenting.
It's crazy. I mean, it's not crazy, but I do think, what's the one that came? Jasmine. And what Jasmine said, I think it is going to have a lot more relevance in the coming days, which is exposure to people like Carrie Colby. Mm-hmm. It's not just affecting straight people and their perception. It's affecting queer people too. And there are some people that are sitting there kind of saying like, well, I feel a certain kind of way and I don't have anybody, it's just like all the girls talk about like RuPaul was my only role model because we didn't have nobody like that where I was. Well, the same thing's about to happen now where you got all these people that are this like very different kinds of role models there too.
Uh-huh.
I'm very excited. Did you see her picture that she posted recently? Like her little like her coming out kind of picture?
No.
Oh, I have to send it to you. She looks so good. I was like, I mean, she always looks good in her makeup anyway. Oh, but like, so? But like her and like her and like feeling herself fully and like her like full woman zhush. I literally was like, oh, okay now, okay, thanks.
I was surprised by Cornbread. I'm not gonna lie to you. That one. Bosco and Jackie did not surprise me, but Cornbread kind of surprised me a little.
I mean, kind of, but at the same time, like Cornbread, and maybe it's because of a lot of the girls that I'm with down here. Cornbread was giving me those vibes from like minute 1. I was like, oh, okay.
Why you got Toni Collette on my screen?
Oh, stop that!
But look at her.
Good, doesn't she?
She does. I mean. She looks like Toni Collette. I don't think that's a bad thing.
I guess I didn't think about that. Well, I guess because I wasn't thinking about Toni Collette then versus now. I was thinking of Toni Collette. Now I'm like, girl.
No, Toni Collette. Toni Collette, like then back at what's that movie
like
I don't like?
Muriel's Wedding.
Yeah, everybody loves that. It's so boring.
Remember though, that was. But remember, Muriel's Wedding happened at the time when we all started having that weird influx of Australian movies. Like that's just part of what happened. Like Priscilla came out, and then that came. It was just there was a lot of like Australian sort of things.
Priscilla.
What?
I know. I'm a bad gay.
Holy crap! Well, just like not even a bad gay, like a bad film lover. That movie is just
I'm not a film lover.
Oh.
I've seen Tu Wong Fu. Does that count for something?
Sure, it counts that you've seen Tu Wong Fu.
I saw it at the opera singer's house. Isn't that weird?
That's very weird.
He had like a few of us over, and we watched Tu Wong Fu.
That's a very weird. That's weird.
Yeah, like I think it was his girlfriend at the time.
Is that time where he was pretending that he was bi to seem like he was more interesting?
Was he? Was he coming on to me at that time?
I mean, I don't know because so let's be for real, right? So
okay,
as you know, I went to college with the opera singer, and at the time, freshman year, still holding on to that. Still, and so one day I said, so I was like, so what have you done, right? Like, what have you, whatever. I was like, especially because at that, freshman year, we were both in the music school all the time, which was flooded with homosexuals, and so I was just like, what have you done? Like, have you done something? I mean, have you hooked up with someone? Have you like whatever? And talk about an awkward conversation. It was just like, well, no. I'm like, so, like, what, it's, I just started peppering. I literally was like, so what are you attracted to? Who are you attracted to? What type? What's your type? Blah, 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 blah. And eventually he stopped saying that.
Dear listeners, we do not suggest you do this to people.
No, this is a very different time. This was literally 23 years ago, and I was very defensive because this
person is... they may be a good person now.
No, I think that they're super cool now. Like, they actually from what I realize and know, like they seem like they're super cool. But at the time,
it just takes some people a journey, right?
Exactly. And like at the time, like 24 years ago, which was how long ago this was now. 24 years ago, it was just like, I just have some questions. Like from a homosexual to a bisexual, I just had some questions, right? Like, this
dear
is what
listeners,
I'm into.
I would just like to let you know that my journey took all of about 5 years. I've been this exact same person for. Am I lying?
I ain't saying a word. I ain't saying a word.
I have been not able to deal with stupid people since I was 10.
10.
Look,
earlier than that.
7.
I mean, I used to remember you used to give people stink faces when we were like barely in school. Like you were already giving people stink faces.
Well, did they deserve it?
Yes.
Okay. That's the only thing that matters. Did they deserve it?
Oh, of course. Whatever you say, dear. Whatever.
Maim.
Yes.
Why don't you tell these dear people, these dear listeners, as we call them,
yes,
where they may or may not be able to find you?
Sure, totes. So if you're on the social medias, you can find me at auntie.maim. That's MAIM on Facebook and Instagram. On Twitter, I'm at Maim Ministry. If you want to see me in real life, IRL, you got 3 places in South Florida that catch me. So I do a Thursday night karaoke / comedy / just being completely crappy to people show at Kill Your Idol in Miami Beach on Saturday nights, every other Saturday night, I do improv comedy at Villain Theater in Miami, which you can get tickets if you're ever here, villaintheater.com. And starting March the 8th, I have a weekly stand-up comedy show at Lit Bar in Wilton Manors, starting at 9. So that sounds like a lot when I said it out loud like that. So how about you, Mims?
Well, I'm the Divine Miss Mims, and I'm lazy. You can find me at Divine Miss Mims on Twitter. I don't have any shows coming up. I don't do stand-up comedy. I don't do any of that. I do have some plans for some things, but if they, oh girl, they're still just plans.
Oh, okay.
If they ever happen, I will be sure to tell you about them right here, maybe third or fourth, because you won't be first because it'll be Twitter. Anyway, speaking of Twitter, you can follow this podcast at Baking Sugar Pod on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
We have a Patreon, as we mentioned previously, patreon.com, Mims and Maim. Throw us some bones.
Bones.
We also have our 2 other podcasts. You can find them at your podcast server, your podcast waiter, your podcast person thing. Just look for Mims and Maim. Yeah. What else is there? Is there anything I missed, Maim?
I don't know.
Do you know what's happening? Because I sure as hell don't.
I don't know. I think tomorrow's Wednesday.
Tomorrow is Wednesday. We're going to record tomorrow, but we're recording You Slay Me. And
you slay me.
Unfortunately, dear listeners, there will not be a new episode of Golden Palace. Where's Dorothy?
Sorry, it'll be on Sunday, and we'll be recording so sorry.
Yeah, we'll be doing a 2 then. All right, Maim. Why don't you say goodnight, Maim?
Good night, Maim.
Bye, y'all.